This episode of the Pu'u Muay Thai podcast is brought to you by pmtlifestyle.com, Authentic Muay Thai Lifestyle by Pu'u. Definitely go check out the website at pmtlifestyle.com for some awesome lifestyle merchandise. That's for those of you out there either involved in Muay Thai, looking at getting involved in Muay Thai, and embrace a healthier lifestyle to live the life of Nak Muay. Go check it out. All right, so we have Kay from Authentic Muay Thai Supply. How are you doing today?
Good.
Yeah. You were mentioning before that you guys are at a PKB event. Is it in Southern California?
Yes, it's in San Diego. I think the promoter is Switch Muay Thai.
Okay.
Andy, he used to do the Versus events.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the ones on the reservation, right?
Yeah. I think he still does. Yeah.
Do you guys usually go to that one too?
No, we just got invited actually, and we kind of forgot about it because we just got back from the MDL and MTAC in Hawaii. So we found out like, oh shoot, we said yes to this event. So we're like, all right, let's pack up and go.
Yeah. So for those that aren't aware of Authentic Muay Thai Supply, what is Authentic Muay Thai Supply, and why are you at these fight events?
All right, so we're a retail shop, first and foremost. We resell Muay Thai gear, as you can tell that from our name, straight from Thailand. We also carry other brands that are locally well-known, like Satrahood, Infight Style, up-and-coming brands, Primo, Pride. We've created some sort of I would say like a go-to spot for any gear that you were thinking of when it comes to Muay Thai.
Got it.
And we do these events like the fight shows more or less. This is how we started, and this is how people got to know us because we discovered there was a need for like cornerman supplies, or somebody forgot their hand wrap, somebody forgot little items that means a lot to cornermans and also fighters when they're getting ready for a fight. So, and we started showing up at almost every event in California and even out of state.
Yeah, you guys, I see at all the tournaments when I'm officiating and stuff like that. And so I was like, hey, Jonathan, oh, crap, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah, because somebody forgot their headgear.
Yeah, that's why you're there, right? Or they forgot their cup or mouthpieces or tape.
And those are essentials. People don't tend to think about it in fights, but they do happen a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's probably not like the majority of your business, though, right?
Right, it's not. I think we just found our niche. Yeah. And our niche happens to be in the Muay Thai community. Like sometimes people still ask, like, hey, what is Muay Thai? And we get to share a little bit of that, especially in our retail. We have a brick and mortar, so people walk in, and people that even they're not in Muay Thai, they're just in kickboxing or boxing, any form of martial arts, and they see our name like, hey, what is Muay Thai? And we get to share a little bit of that to them. And then they start getting interested. Oh, like that's cool.
And a lot of people don't understand like this kind of like grassroots push by like companies like yours. There's Satrahood, like these other people are really trying to like this grassroots like support to get behind Muay Thai. And obviously you guys being like a equipment supplier of Muay Thai merchandise and these other things, I think it's like it's all part of like that whole picture.
Yes. We also do custom gear, custom Muay Thai shorts, but our main difference from any other ones that make the custom is we don't really push a brand out. Normally, if you do custom gear or custom set, it's like, oh, can we do like our tag or our name in there? Yeah. So it's kind of like side by side. For us, we're just like, if you need custom, we're there for you. We could do it. Anything that you could think of. We got the hookup in Thailand, so.
Yeah. Well, and for that too, you're based in Southern California, right? And you guys have some brick and
Yes.
mortar shops.
Yes, we do. We have two, one in North Hollywood and one in South El Monte.
Okay, how long have those been around for? How long have you had those brick and mortar shops? Like the one in South El Monte came first, right?
South El Monte came first. This is actually purely by accident, and I would say it's because of COVID. We never really had an idea. We never really had a plan to have a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
We were okay with just going to events every weekend, and then we needed a place to store our stuff because as we kept on growing, as there's more events, there was the need for there was demand for more supplies and more gears. And our garage wasn't big enough anymore. And people were actually calling us and picking up in our garage, even before COVID. Like we'll get a call like 11:30 in the evening, like, hey, I'm in town, or like I'm passing by and I need Muay Thai shorts because I'm fighting for 3 days from now. Like, could I really pick up something? And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, just come through here. Here's my address, And it became just a little too much, I guess, for us because obviously we have family and stuff.
Yeah.
So I said, hey, let's open up a small, not a brick and mortar, but a showroom.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then COVID happened, right?
Yeah.
And we had to everybody had to shut down. Everybody had we couldn't allow anybody to do the showroom. But then people started calling for a pickup, for curbside pickup. Like, hey, I don't need to see it. You're whatever you have, but I do need a pair of hand wraps. I do need a pair of gloves, of kick pads. Like, could I just pick it up? And and then that made us you know what? Maybe we should have a bigger showroom. And even if we don't open up to the public, at least it's a much better location where people could actually see what we have. And that paved way to South El Monte. Right during the whole COVID situation.
Geez. So and that's that's a brick and mortar shop. Like people can go shop Monday through Friday. Do you guys have hours of that?
We're open from Sunday to Friday, and we're closed on Saturday. And most likely we're closed because events usually happen on Saturday.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
And it's also a break for our staff to have 1 day off, and also for ourselves as well. Okay, to breathe. So Sundays we're open from 12 to 4. Monday to Friday is 12 to 6. Okay, and that goes for both shops.
That's for both. And then when did the North Hollywood shop open up?
We opened that earlier last year, I believe. It was somewhere in, I would say, late September, around this time. So this is our second year at that location, and we're still building it up.
Where are you located in North Hollywood? What's your address? What's cross street?
We're at Lauren Canyon and Oxnard.
Can you say that again?
Laurel Canyon and Oxnard.
Laurel Canyon and Oxnard. And what's the address?
It's 6004 Laurel Canyon Boulevard, North Hollywood, California.
Okay, so if people are anywhere nearby there, this goes for our Pu'u Muay Thai students, because people always ask me, where can I go to get equipment? So the guys, if you're listening, go visit Kay and her husband at Authentic Muay Thai Supply in North Hollywood. Go down there, go visit them, give them a call. And go down there. You can go grab that stuff down there in the valley. It's not that far from Ventura for being able to see this stuff in person. And that's okay. I think that's one of the benefits too. Is a lot of people.
Yeah, that's what I was.
They can't. It's oh, what size am I? When it comes into shingars, they're there's no standard size. So I think it's definitely a good benefit for a lot of people to go down there and go see it. But for those that can't go there, we have listeners from all over the world, all over the country. You guys have an online shop too, is that correct?
Yes. We have an online shop. It's basically our name. You just add the .com, so authenticmuaythaiSupply.com. And yes, it works because from what we've seen before we even had a brick and mortar, we started it online. We get a lot of messages and say, hey, and even though we have the sizing guide online, people would still be like, hey, I'm a size 32. with a size medium or a large fit me, it's because different brands have different sizing guides. And a lot of people know when you say like Muay Thai shorts, generally speaking, it's thigh size. So when you're small in US size, that's technically size like a medium already in Muay Thai shorts.
Yeah, it's
you go one size up.
Yeah, at least like it's funny you see like the brand, like the Ties My brand. It's like I tell people, I'm like, don't get offended, but you're size XL.
Yes. And then we tell people that all the time because people would order online too as well. And a lot of times they would exchange it because they're like, oh, I thought I was a size medium, but technically I need a size large in these. And no offense to anybody. It's just what we call Thai sizing. The Thai size,
they're smaller.
Just how it is. Yeah, they're smaller than in general.
Yeah. Most people don't quite understand that. And shout out to followers over on TikTok. I see some people liking the stream. If you have questions too, you want to ask Kay, talk about like Muay Thai equipment. Her and her husband Roy, they're the people to talk to. So, Kay, I'll let you know if there's any questions that pop up here. But
for sure.
One of the cool things that I've kind of seen you guys, you do a lot of like support for a lot of these tournaments and stuff too. I've seen like your banner up. Do you guys do you guys get financial sponsorship for it? Do you like give equipment? What goes on with that?
Well, there are some like main promoters that so like for example USA Muay Thai, we do sponsor them. They have they put up on their website, they support all the sponsors. So whether you're a retail shop, whether it's not even, whether you're just supporting that organization. So we do that. But as far as like supplying gear and stuff, sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, because I'm not sure if anybody really like understands. Sponsoring means literally free stuff. And to sponsor like a big fight tournament, sometimes you can lose more money in the sponsor than what you would make out of it.
We've
done it before. It works like marketing wise, but if we keep on doing it, we're probably going to be bankrupt by the end of the day.
Go out of business, right?
I'll go out of business because like here's free gear everywhere,
Hey, shout out to Blazy over on TikTok. Gave us 1,000 likes on the stream for you, Kay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All the support for Muay Thai. That's kind of like one of the reasons why we started this podcast too, is to highlight people like you and what your company is doing.
And I appreciate.
Like we were talking about last weekend, went out with you guys at the Muay Thai Business Academy out on Oahu.
Yes.
You had your whole family with you and stuff too. It was pretty cool.
Right. Yeah. Well, since we're a small family, I take my kids. My kids are born into this literally. They already know like, where are we going this next weekend? I don't know, like wherever the next event is. So kind of like a pack and go. For them, it's like a vacation too, take a little break, so we travel.
Especially like being on Oahu. I don't think going to Iowa for the TBA tournament. I mean, that hotel's pretty nice for the kids. They have like the swimming pool and stuff like that, right?
Right. They like it. The barbecue's good in Iowa, so it's not so bad. Yeah, barbecue's good over there. I think there's a zoo nearby too, but we've never really been there. So,
have you? And then you guys go to the U.S. Muay Thai Open as well, right?
Yes, we go to USMTO in Arizona. Yeah, that's usually in November and April. I believe they have one coming up this November, right? So
it's like the last day of November and the first like few days of December. I hope that it works out for you guys to be out there because they have a new venue there in Scottsdale.
I heard about that, so I'm excited to see that.
Me too.
See that new venue.
Especially, it'll be weird not being in the other one though, because that was like so iconic. We weren't in it last time, and it felt kind of different. It wasn't bad like down there in Mesa, but like that old venue it was just like it was there for so long. It was kind of weird.
And it was very convenient because I think the last venue that they did, it was on two opposite sides. People were getting lost because people don't know where to go. So the old location was beneficial because people actually know where to go, and it's like all in one central place.
Yeah.
So the only downside, I guess, would be people warming up in the parking garage. And Arizona weather is not exactly the coolest weather.
You don't say. I think it's like 111 there today.
Exactly. So that's the only downside that I see, is that there's not enough room for people to warm up.
Yeah,
but it's cool.
Yeah, now with the new place, I think they got that solved also.
Oh, that's good. That's perfect.
And I think because anything that's up in Scottsdale is typically going to be a little more tourist friendly. That old venue, for those that don't know, was like in an extremely bad part of town.
Oh, I see. Oh, I mean, we hardly really saw anything out because day in, day out, we're either at the venue from early in the morning, and we're the first person at the venue or at the location, and we're also one of the last people to go out.
You guys are there, you guys are showing up when the ring officials are showing up, and you're leaving when the ring officials are leaving.
Basically, yeah, we're the last.
You guys are still setting up and stuff.
Yes, yeah, we set up and then we break down every day. So you get used to it. You're part of the event itself. Like when they start setting up the place, and we're there already.
Yeah, you guys are already going and stuff. With that too, what got you guys involved? Where you started carrying Muay Thai equipment like this? What made you was hey, let's
It's a funny story. So I'm in the healthcare. Okay, I'm a nurse by profession. I never did any combative sports, but when I met Phil, he already had a couple of smokers. Back in the day when smokers were still legal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he had already a couple of smokers under his belt. And I met him, and he said Muay Thai saved his life. And I don't doubt it. I think Muay Thai have saved a lot of people's lives.
Yeah.
And also made them be a better person. Mm-hmm. So one time, early on in our marriage, I was dabbing in e-commerce, but it was more of a hobby for me more than anything else.
Yeah.
And Phil always uses this Thai oil called Naman Muay. Yes. And I know when he uses it because the whole house smells.
It smells like Thai boxing liniment.
Exactly. And I'm like, what is this smell? It's oh yeah, it's my favorite scent in the whole world. It's like my perfume. I'm like, geez, it's so strong. And so around that time, I had an aunt that went to Bangkok for vacation. And so Phil, just for a favor, asked her if he could buy her a 6-pack of the Naman Muay. And it's, it's everywhere in Thailand. You could find it in 7-Eleven.
Pharmacies, grocery stores.
Everywhere. You can't get rid of it. It's like a staple to there. So she bought home maybe 6-pack of those. And so I was like, you don't need all of this. And Phil's like, yeah, I do. I was like, no, you don't. He's like, here, let me help you get rid of them. So I posted it on eBay. And swear to God, less than a week later, everything was gone.
Wow.
And I was like, do people really have that much of a hard time finding these Thai oils out here? And I thought it was a common thing out here too. I thought you could also go to a Thai grocery store and maybe you'll find it. And Phil's like, you can, but it's rare.
Yeah, they don't, not always. Maybe Thai town sometimes, and it's marked up very high too.
Exactly. That's what he was telling me. And then he's like, also gear. He said there's really no authentic Muay Thai gear, at least in LA around that time. We have pro boxing. We may have a few fight shops, but to find Twins or Top King or Wendy, the old, the old Thai brands.
Yeah.
It's if you don't go to Thailand, you won't find anything at all. Or you buy it online and you risk being scammed by online fake websites, or you end up buying the wrong entirely size or weight.
Yeah, and that kind of goes into some of the stuff too. Is people don't realize there's actually some ongoing scams that we can't really talk about
Yes, we can.
On here. But like definitely check the reviews, guys. If you're ever buying stuff online, look through the reviews, search the business name, and type in scam and see what comes up.
And don't believe if it's too good to be true. Most likely, it's not true.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
don't believe the first thing that pops up in Google.
Yeah. But it's sad, like, how many people, like, it's like we were talking about this past weekend, even like our students over the past like 10 years, even people before that, like, getting scammed by some of these same people. It's like, how the heck are they still around?
It's because it's too good to be true and people just don't get educated enough. So, yeah. But yeah, that's how we kind of started. Is we started at first. We started bringing in like small boxes of Thai gear, and we just started selling it to friends and families that's Muay Thai. So, but eventually somebody invited us to be at an event, and it was, I can't forget it because it was Master Sean.
IFS.
IFS.
Yeah.
And it was Tracy. I mean, from our standpoint around that time, up and running, we were like, we don't really know what we were doing. We're still like feeling. And then we sat up there and we were like, so what do we do? And we're like, it's wait for people to come to the table and check out our stuff. And as the night went, there were like really, really slow sales. And we were really like getting discouraged. Like, okay, so maybe it's like this business is really like not as lucrative as we thought it would be.
Yeah.
And the one guy that probably pushed us to where we were, or at least I credit a lot, is through David from North Hollywood.
David Huey, great guy.
David Huey.
Yeah.
He bought like a case of the Thai oil from us. And that basically paid for whatever we paid for the event.
Nice.
And we were just like, okay, so maybe this might work. If we had people like you, David, supporting small businesses such as these, I said, you know what? It helps. It helps the community and it helps us as well to do what we love doing. And I guess from that, the rest is history.
Yeah. Now we're here, and you guys you're doing a podcast with me at an event right now on Saturday afternoon, like you said.
Yes, this is the life now.
Yeah, well, it's with you guys kind of doing what you're doing. How can people? I know authenticmuaythaisupply.com. How else can people find you?
We are on Instagram. We're not yet on TikTok. Maybe one day we will be on that side of the social media, but we have a Facebook account as well. But due to some issues that we also that is related to what we talked about before, some fake website. We did it with our initials, so AMTS LA. You'll find that. And if you know our logo,
and
then that's our face.
That's on Instagram as well.
Yes, that's on Instagram as well. You'll see us there.
AMTLSLA.com.
Yeah, it's AMTS. So it's Authentic Muay Thai Supply, and then Los Angeles. Yes,
Los Angeles, all one word.
Yes. Probably there's a space between AMTS and LA.
Let me see this right now. So, AMTS Los Angeles.
So you see the AMTS. If you type in AMTS, it would show us a sporting goods store, and that would be our Facebook page.
Yeah, I'm looking on Instagram right now. AMTS _ North Hollywood.
There you go. That's our other Instagram. It's for NoHo, but that's also connected to our Facebook page as well.
Yes, and you guys have authentic. It's just at Authentic Muay Thai Supply on Instagram as well. If people want to communicate with you guys about orders and stuff like that, is it best to reach out through your website?
Website or Instagram. For Instagram, usually it's me that answers most of the time. So forgive me if I don't answer like right away, but I do tend to get to people in about 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah, we were talking about that, right?
Yeah. So one day, like maybe one day I'll have a VA and just handle everything 24/7.
Yeah.
But for the past 5 years, since we started in 2017, Philip and I have been hands-on the business for almost everything that we do.
Yeah. That's part of doing like small business and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people don't quite understand. We're coming up on 10 years. And,
oh, wow.
Yeah. You can tell by the gray hairs, though.
You still look there. You're good.
Yeah. Well, it's training Muay Thai. You're too kind.
Yeah, I don't think anybody noticed that.
No. Everybody thinks I'm younger than I am, but it's
there
good.
You go.
Well,
I still get carded in Vegas, so I take that as a compliment.
It's the Asian blood. That's why.
Yeah, it's the Asian thing.
Well, okay. Thank you so much for the time today. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or thank to?
I like to thank. Generally speaking, I like to thank the Muay Thai community, because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what what my husband and I happen to do what we do. We both quit our full-time jobs to focus on this, and it has given us a lot of things that we never did expected. And we are grateful for the support that the community still gives us. And for us, as long as it's for the growth of Muay Thai in America, we are 100% for it. Whatever we can to support it, to make it grow.
Yeah. Well, hence why you're at the Business Academy, MTAC, and doing all these tournaments and stuff. Like you said, you're losing money a lot of the times. So
it's a miss,
Yeah, it's part of the growth for the sport, and we're small time right now. Maybe one time we'll be big time, right?
Maybe you and I, you never know.
But just the community. The community.
Yeah. We'll be able to tell people that Muay Thai it's not for just the poor people. It could also be for just everybody in general.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Kay. I appreciate it.
Thank you, John.
All right, that's it today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys are listening on iTunes, please go leave a review. It means the world to me if you enjoy the content, if you like hearing about all the stuff that has to do with Muay Thai and what we're doing.